It's been a long time coming for this. I've been planning to make YouTube videos for, I can't even tell you how long. But I always found a reason to put it off. So I'm here, I finally was like, okay, enough is enough. We're just gonna do this. Don't need no crazy edits. Don't need someone to record me 24/7. Just as raw as it gets, all me, I'll do it myself. So yeah, this is my YouTube channel. Welcome to the channel. I already have one video up, which is just kind of my recap from the powerlifting meet I did back in July. But yeah, I just thought I would make this series. This series is gonna be 12 weeks out from doing, I believe it's called the Winter Classic at Chiseled Life Gym in Columbia, Maryland. I'll be doing that meet, and then that'll be about 13-ish weeks out from doing USAPL Raw Nationals in June of 2022 in Las Vegas. So yeah, pretty much this channel, I'm just gonna kind of divulge into my training. I'll be talking a little bit about just, you know, personal stuff with like family, and kind of everything that entails with that. Just pretty much anything that's important to me. So like I said, my family, my training, and my brand. A lot of people know, but for those of you, if you're new to the channel and you're not aware, my name is Joshua Emmanuel Price. Joshua Emmanuel Price. I'm 24 years old, I'll be 25 next month. Who knows, maybe by the time this video comes out, I'll be 25 already. I get busy. I live in Frederick, Maryland. I just moved back here last September. September of 2020, I moved back here. I have been all over the place since 2015. Graduated high school in 2015. I got married right after high school. 18 years old, engaged. Asked my wife's hand in marriage on graduation date. Some people know, some people don't know. Some people are at like the Safe and Sane, the post-graduation where everyone stays at the graduation site overnight, and then, you know, play all these games, do all this stuff. Me, I was sitting in my graduation in my cap and gown, and I had my engagement ring in my cargo pants pocket. See, a lot of people don't know that too. I was about to throw up.
Kyllä.
Ja kansanäänestyksen lisää.
Mikäli maakuntiasukkaat niin haluavat.
I'm sitting there, it's a 4-hour graduation. I'm sitting there sweating, about to throw up, because I know, like, I'm literally about to ask my wife, Raquel, I might have a picture up, don't quote me, ask her if, you know, if she wanted to marry me. So I'm like sweating the whole time. Anyways, got married in August, so a couple months later. Everything was planned, everything was by design. I truly believe that it was God's intention for me to get married so young. People ask me all the time, man, you got married at 18? That's so crazy, like, but yeah, we got married at 18. We dated for a year and a half. We dated my junior year of high school. Then I graduated high school, and I joined the Coast Guard right after high school. So we got married before I went to boot camp. Then I went to boot camp, finished boot camp. We got stationed in Maine. I got a crazy amount of stories of that, about all the entails, all the things that happened when I was stationed in Maine. Like we need a whole episode for that. This is not gonna be today. So we were in Maine for a year, left Maine, went to San Francisco for a couple months for training. But fast forward a little bit, I did 5 years in the Coast Guard, 5 and change. I got out last year. And now I am a contractor for the military. So instead of being in the military, I'm a contractor for the military in the DMV area. And it's been good. No complaints. It's been very good, actually. I have 0 complaints, but, you know, for being honest, like it's obviously not my passion. The reason why I got out of the military, on top of a whole bunch of other reasons, but the reason why I got out of the military is because I did not feel like I was living my life to the fullest extent. By that I mean I do not feel like I was living with purpose. I feel like I was just going through the motions, waking up, going to work, going to trainings, going to this, going to that. And there's no, you know, I was not attached to it in the way of like, oh my goodness, like this job that I'm doing right now is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it took a lot. I mean, and I really enjoyed my time in the Coast Guard, but like I really felt like I needed to be doing something else. We had moved around a ton. You know, like I said, I have 2 kids. My oldest son is Josiah. He's 4 years old. He'll be 5 in December. And my youngest daughter is Haven. She's 2. She'll be 3 in January. And yeah, you know, for something for them, I want to give them some stability. I was a military brat myself, so that moving around, all that, I was used to it, but I always hated it. You get a group of friends and then a couple years down the road, it's time to go. Bye to your friends. And you're the new kid all over again. So for my own kids, I'm like, I don't want them to really experience that. I think it's a privilege to have friends for 10, 20, 30 years or whatever. Like, I want to be able to give my kids some roots, you know, to live in one area. And there's a lot of little things to being in the military and just living that lifestyle of kind of being on the go. You get used to saying bye to people. Just little things like changing up your doctors, changing up your barber, changing up your gym, changing up your church, changing up this, so much change. And once you feel like you're finally getting comfortable somewhere, it's time to go. So like I said, I was used to that in childhood, and then my adulthood, I was like, this has been an amazing stepping stone for me, but I'm choosing another path for myself. And a lot of people are against that decision. A lot of people close to me, mainly, you know, like my parents, maybe some family members, older veterans, things like that, were like, oh, you shouldn't get out. You should make it a career. It's the safest job you can get, job security wise. But like I said, there was no passion in it. And the way that I am, I thrive the most when I'm doing something that, A, something that I'm truly enjoying, and B, something that I feel like I'm able to give my all in. And it's not like I wasn't trying. It was just that, like, it was work that was extremely monotonous and something that I just did not want to continue to be a part of. So I got out, and I mean, you could ask my wife, it's been arguably one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to get out the military. So yeah, so now we're back to where I went to middle school and high school in Frederick, Maryland, and just, yeah, really got serious into powerlifting within the last year. Within the last, I would say, year and a half. I've always lifted heavy. Anybody who knows me knows that I've always like trained heavy. Like, you know, my goal was to always lift as much weight as I can, however many times I can get it. And so now I'm doing it in a more organized fashion, to where it's not so reckless per se, where you're maxing out on every lift every day. You get a coach, you get programming, change training, and give me a whole lot of insight on things that I never would have thought about just being a regular person in the gym. I always felt like I had a really good idea of what I was doing in the gym. I always felt like I had a plan. I always felt like everything that I was doing was like purposeful. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I got my coach. I actually started with my coach when I was still active duty, but then with the pandemic, the gym shutting down, I was like, okay, well, I can't really powerlift, and then plus I got deployed, so I'm like, I can't powerlift. I don't have control over that environment. So kind of put that on pause until I got out the military, gyms reopened, boom, we're back in place. So yeah, he's been my coach since February of 2020. So 10 months going on now, and it's been amazing. We've done one competition. That competition went well. You can look back at it. It's the first video I ever posted. I recommend anybody who's trying to divulge into powerlifting or even bodybuilding, CrossFit, whatever your style of training is, get a coach. You may think that you know what you're doing, but you don't. You think, I mean, you look at every athlete, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, like they are masters of their crafts, but what do they all have? Like a coach, especially in a sport like boxing or fighting or anything like that. Like, you need a coach. You need someone who's there's so many things that you can't see when you're looking at yourself in third person, that a coach is able to see, whether it's footwork, this, that, whatever. Powerlifting is the same exact way. you can think, oh, it's just as simple as like, I'm benching, I'm pushing this weight up, I'm deadlifting, I'm standing up with this weight. No, there's so many mechanical cues. There's so many different things that you would never think about. And over the last 10 months, to this day, dang, like I never knew that I did that. I never knew that I needed to breathe that way, or I needed to not breathe, or I needed to whatever, terminology, things like that. All that is extremely important. So yeah, I've been serious about it, and I told myself, you know, like I said, I'm 24 now, and over the next, you know, while I'm in my 20s, and who knows, I want to give as much as I can to the sport. By that I mean I want to compete on the biggest stage that I can. I'm an extremely competitive person. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm very competitive, so I will never count myself out in anything that I'm competing in, because when it comes to training, nutrition, recovery, all that stuff, I'm gonna take it to the next level, because I'm not gonna compete, you know, with one hand. Like, I'm gonna do everything that I can now, being, you know, 7 months away from the competition. I'm speaking in regards to nationals. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna do everything that I can to compete at the highest level. And then, you know, we're talking worlds, we're talking this, whatever, like whatever the case may be, whatever the highest stage for powerlifting is. It seems like, you know, every couple of years there's something different. I want to be in it. I want to be, you know, in the talks with some of the best powerlifters in the sport. And I guess this is the best way, through YouTube or through recording. I already record on my training. People who have me on IG, which I'll also plug, I'll try to, Josh Price Fit. People know that I record like 90% of my training. Sure, it may be mundane to some people, but to others it's like, oh, okay, like you're kind of tracking your progress. So when I PR on something, or when I'm doing really well on something, people that are kind of keeping up with me be like, oh, okay, like dang, like you're getting strong, or you're getting better, you're getting leaner, you're getting whatever. So that's what this YouTube's for, just to track the journey, track everything. The fitness apparel brand that I started back in April of this year, April of 2021, is when I started my fitness apparel brand. It's called Brick by Brick Fit, not fitness, Brick by Brick Fit. But yeah, I started back in April. I probably started planning for it. I would say mid 2020, I started planning for the brand, and I would say it's been a pretty crazy. This will be 7 months. The 24th of this month will be 7 months of having the brand, and yeah, it's been great. As you can see, this is kind of like where I do most of my shipping and labeling, packing, all that stuff. At first, you know, we just moved into this house in September. So before, I was in my apartment, and I'm doing everything for my brand from my dinner table. I put all the stuff, all the clothing that I had for the brand in my master closet, you know, shared with my wife and I's clothes. And I used to work overnight shift, and I would literally stay up all night on my off days and pack orders, ship orders, just any and all things brand. I was doing literally from my kitchen table. Like, I got some old footage that I took, because I'm like, one day I hope I look back on this and just laugh, because it's insane. You know what I'm saying? Literally from my kitchen table, I'm doing my folding, packing, shipping. I mean, I'm putting clothes on dinner chairs, on the couch, like stuff is everywhere. So now that we're in this house, I got this office, because I'm currently teleworking in my full-time job. So yeah, I have this office. So now this office space is kind of, you know, brick by brick headquarters, until we move on to a bigger space, which, you know, Lord willing, one day it could be a possibility. So yeah, Brick by Brick is my brand. I'm gonna try to add the IG for the brand, also my IG for myself, which is Josh Price Fit. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, a lot of talking, nothing crazy. I'm gonna try to do this weekly, but I'll also have a little bit more content. I'll show you the gym that I work out at, which is in Rockville, Maryland, the best gym in Moco. And yeah, that's kind of how it'll be. I'll take you to the gym. Here and there we'll talk about different things, may go into some family stuff. You can always reach out to me, and if there's something you want us to see specific, we'll dive into different things. I'm gonna go heavy into my brand, and it's a very, 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 very important piece to me and my life, and I spend a lot of time doing it. I do most things myself, but I love networking with different people, and yeah, I'm excited. Training, brand, family, all of it. So if you're here with me now, I appreciate you watching this video. You know, subscribe to my channel. We'll have regular updates on all things me, and hopefully we'll talk next week.